Hey guys, I'm back again. Hopefully no interruptions. Um, Nature is so interesting. Um, so like I was saying, I felt alone during the whole process of my mom being in the hospital. I felt like I reached out to them and, through email and nobody got back as quick enough and felt be honestly I felt between the cracks. I did. And when you already feel isolated or you feel like you're alone, you feel like, yeah, basically isolated and alone. And then on top of that, you reach out to a community of people or you make yourself vulnerable. And when it's like, it feels as if no one kind of like comes in to make you feel like, hey, I hear you or I see you. It's painful. It could make, it makes me angry sometimes. And it's like a disappointing, a blow. So, I was just kind of like, well, in spite of, like, despite everything that was happening, and despite, my mom being in a hospital and feeling like we fell between the cracks, when she got discharged, I'm like, okay, now I'm a caretaker. And I barely kind of can make it to church, but I'm getting these recordings like, hey, or like these generic emails messages that are saying, hey, we missed you, but not even hearing from like an actual human being. I felt like it was so impersonal. And yeah, I'm a person who I love to interact with people. I love face to face. I love just being able to connect with a human being. And a phone call, like of a recording, just sorry, it didn't do it for me. Then on top of that, my mom passed away. Reach out to the church, set up a meeting to talk about funeral arrangements the following day, actually. And the pastor's assistant, one of them, she came into the meeting. Yes, she did say, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry, my forehead is so shiny, guys. I'm sorry for your loss. But then she went on to say, the last time that your mom attended was such and such day. That felt like a knife piercing through me. And the reason being is because the entire time I've reached out to say, hey, my mom's not feeling good. Stand in the gap with me, pray, believe. Like I need support. Like I was stepping outside of myself because I'm an introvert and it's very tough for me to like put myself out there. But I was like literally putting myself out there because I felt like, dang, I need somewhere to turn. And so to hear that, it just made me feel like, my mom was just treated as if like an attendee and not a member. And it was just impersonal. Like the rest of the meeting went with the individual telling us, oh, how the service would be, this and that. It would have to be a closed casket. Granted, maybe there's rules and stipulations as far as our church, things that I was not aware of when it comes to services and stuff like that. But how she treated that situation was without empathy. She wasn't sympathetic, and she just treated it like it was a business transaction, and that really, it made me upset. It hurt a lot. And it's like I just, it put me in a place of, do I still want to be here? Do I still want to be a part of this community? So today though, which is April 4th, 2019, um, I met with my pastor, the pastor's wife. You know, she's my pastor too. Both of them are my pastors. And I was so grateful for the meeting. I'm grateful that she took the time out of her busy schedule, because I had to wait like an hour to meet with her, you know, and I could have been discouraged, I could have been upset, but she really is a busy individual. Her and her husband, like my pastors are really busy people. But I was grateful that she took time out of her schedule to meet with me. And during this meeting, it's like she was saying, I see you. I see you. I get it. I told her my experience and she empathized with me, and I appreciated that, because I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna like just keep it in, because I'm so used to internalizing everything. But I felt so compelled to just, you know what, just, even if it means nothing, even if nothing gets done, it's so important for me to speak my truth and my experience, because I'm trying so hard to stay committed to a church, to a community. I'm trying so hard to not walk away, because it's easy for me to run away. But I'm trying so hard to be consistent. I'm trying that in spite of hurt, in spite of rejection, in spite of feeling alone sometimes, I'm trying so hard to deal with things differently than how I would deal to it prior. So it took a lot within me to even set up the meeting. It took a lot for me to be vulnerable, to share my experience with her. But I thank God that she listened. I thank God that she empathized with me. I thank God that she knows the Lord for real. And I thank God that she wasn't trying to just give me churchy responses. I thank God that like she's genuine. Like she's the real deal. And you know, I'm just sharing this because a lot of times I have like so much thoughts or ideas running through my mind, and I feel like it could drive somebody crazy if you don't have a outlet or a way to like let it all out, you know. um and I just so happened to decide to start, you know, like vlogging. But I hope, you know, this helps someone somehow, some way, to know that, I mean, you don't have to have everything together, and you're not the only one struggling. You're not alone. There's a lot of us out here trying to figure out life, trying to get connected to God, trying to figure out where we fit into this world, and trying to heal from trauma, from like real deal things that it may be in the past, it may be recent, or it may be a domino effect of everything. I mean, like, I feel like that's where I'm at. But there's still good people in the world. There's still people who care. And we were like designed to not be alone, you know? So that desire to feel accepted, to feel loved, to feel wanted, to feel needed is an innate desire that was planted within us. So don't feel shameful or afraid of desiring that. And I'm going to end with this. So after the meeting, I was craving some chicken fajita today. One of my great friends, her name is Gloria. Every time I'm with her, she loves Mexican food, or Mexican styled or Mexican inspired food. And every time I'm with her, it's like now I'm addicted to trying to get chicken fajitas wherever I can go. And I decided to try out this spot. And I went there. Initially, I was going to do a to go order, right? Um, I did pay for it to go. But while waiting, I decided, you know, nah, I want to sit and eat. I want to sit and like experience, because I like the sizzling. And when I made the connection in my head, I'm like, okay, you want the sizzling, but to go is not going to be sizzling. Um, I asked my server if it could be for here instead of to go. And I could hear the cook in the back saying no. So he came back to me and said no. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I got up, defeated with my food, and I went to the car. I was gonna eat my food in the car, but then I tasted it and I'm like, nah, this is not how I wanted it. So in that moment, I had the option. Oh, plus I called the manager, the store manager. She didn't answer at the time. So I was like, you know what? In that moment, I had the option to just leave and be unsatisfied, or the option to go back and just get my money. So I went back. I wasn't even gonna complain. I was like, man, I'm gonna just call corporate later. Um, but and I was gonna get some Olive Gardens. But the managers of the store noticed, the mood, the demeanor on my face, and they saw that I was bringing back the food. So one of them asked, like, are you okay? Is everything okay? I was like, I just want a refund. Don't worry about it. I basically tried to minimize the situation. And she said, no, like, okay, yes, we'll give you a refund, but what's happening? Tell me what's going on. So I was like, no, it's okay. She was like, no, please, please, please let us know. So like whatever we can do to make your experience better. So I went on to explain, how, yes, initially I decided to order my food to go, but then I changed my mind and I just wanted to sit and eat. And then I was told, no, I couldn't do that. So they were appalled. And it was like, well, who? And I'm like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Like, it's cool. Just please give me my money. It's okay. They said, no, 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 no. Who? So, I explained that, I heard the cook in the back saying no, and then the waiter came to tell me like no. And I was like appalled, and I was like, no, like that you should have been able to just, you can change your mind, yes, and it's okay, have a seat. And they was like, I'll give you your money back, but please, 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 it's on us. And honestly, I didn't really want the food because my experience was just kind of jacked up. And I was just like, I'm not doing this for attention. I'm not doing this to like, cause a scene. It's just that I just wanted to go about my business and I just really didn't want the food anymore. But they insisted that I sit down. So they remade my food fresh. They, so I got it with the sizzling. And after eating, they came back again and they apologized and they said that we're big on customer service, and they were just so genuine. And the thing is, like, they made me so grateful for going back, because for the longest I don't like to speak up. It's like I feel like when there's conflict, I always try to avoid it or I internalize it. But in that moment, I was grateful that I went back and I spoke up. And the thing is, they hugged me. Like, I cried because I was like, y'all don't know what type of day I had, but thank you so much for going back and like checking on me and just being genuine and real about it and caring about customer service. Yes, the food was free, but it was just deeper than that. It's just about being a human, not realizing that somebody could be having a tough day. So being mean or nasty, like, could just impact them a whole nother day. But I'm grateful that God turned my day around and that they were kind enough to like just say, I see you. Your emotions and your feelings are valid, and we hear you. So thank you, God, for allowing that to happen. So I'm here recording this because it's like, dang, I don't want to forget these moments. And like I said, a lot of things always are happening in my head. And in this season, I have the opportunity just to pause and go moment by moment. And I just really want to take advantage of it. But yeah, just be kind to people. You never know what they're going through. And like, God got us. A lot of times it may not feel like it, but He does.